What's going on, everybody? Thank you all for tuning in to the Anger Management Podcast this week. We're going to be talking about things that's going on with the fellas. But before I do so, I like to do one thing, is make sure that everybody had a good day or a good weekend or a good week or just how y'all doing. So before I even get started, we'll start to our far right, and I'll talk to Pastor Ernest. Brother, how you been doing this weekend, man?
Hey, I'm doing all right, man. Just ask you to keep our family in prayer. You know, we had an auntie that fell on Tuesday.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Pending trying to put her in hospice, but she's in a normal room right now. My uncle, who also is a pastor, he fell off a ladder and broke his hip and his wrist.
Oh, man.
85. They're both in their 80s, so, you know, with you being older, it takes a lot longer to heal. So I'm just asking you to keep everybody in your prayers.
Okay.
But other than that, we're all doing just fine.
Oh, that's good. And what about you, Anthony?
Hey man, doing good. God is good. Just working, taking care of family, and that's it.
All right. Now, for all y'all don't know, Chip is out. The brother had a bout of pneumonia.
Yeah.
So I've been keeping him in my prayers, man, calling him and checking on him and everything.
Absolutely.
So y'all make sure that y'all continuously pray for him because you know he had because we started doing comedy in Fort Wall Beach, and then it started like the mucus and stuff started getting like really bad and stuff.
Man.
So yeah, brother, we got you in our prayers. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? So last but not least, my brother Funny Bone, man, how are you doing?
What's good, everybody, man? I'm doing pretty good, man. Feeling good. We got Mother's Day coming up pretty soon, but we also got Father's Day coming up in June.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking about all the good gifts I should get for Father's Day, bro. I'm just thinking about that. Thinking about that a little bit.
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess that's a good thing. You know what I mean? I talk about my gifts earlier because I got some Father's Day gifts
already,
early.
early.
Yeah.
And you're welcome.
Early.
The main gift.
The main gift. What's that?
I don't know.
Shut
I don't
up,
know
man.
Hot Pocket this year. I don't know
Shut
Hot
up.
Pockets.
Shut up.
Also want to keep my sister, Funny Bone's sister-in-law, in prayer. Chandra Borden, she fell at SeaWorld last Saturday.
Oh, man.
And, they had found a little bleeding on the brain.
Yeah, man.
She's conscious, she's home. Just asking to keep everybody in prayer. And let's just keep everybody in prayer, especially that family that lost them children.
Okay.
Facts,
Well, we can definitely talk about that. I wasn't familiar about anybody losing a large lump sum of children. You know what I mean?
7 of them, right?
Seven.
Yeah.
Was it seven?
Seven.
He killed 8 kids, 7 of them were his.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, man.
See,
Crazy.
listen. Okay, so this makes it even more important for us to have conversations and talks like this amongst one another because
Right.
if that brother would have had an outlet
Right.
of something that way he can vent, maybe he was overstimulated or overstressed or whatnot, there's no real reason to go out and execute your own children like that. But at the end of the day, you never know what a person's mental state is. You know what I mean? Because I was in a position last year or whatnot, and I was ready to do something that I didn't want to do. You know what I mean? But it because of my mind state at the time, it would have been, I guess, pretty bad as to the way the outcome was. But you know what I mean? But I had people in my corner that kind of talked me down and let me see the bigger picture. It's not really worth throwing your life away. You know what I mean? So, nonetheless, I'm doing okay.
Good.
You know what I mean? Your boy, listen, the VA is awesome. I'm just letting you know the VA is awesome.
good thing.
I am officially I've been on sabbatical since last week.
Yeah,
So
man.
I don't plan on going to work for the next 2 months.
Man,
You know what I mean? Yeah. So God is good. I'm financially stable. My daughter is back at home. I have talking to a young lady, and she is outstanding. You know what I mean? And I got to contribute, help. I give credit to Ed, God first,
Yeah.
Right.
and then Ed.
Yeah, I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah, and then
That was pretty good,
Ed.
yeah.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. And then, huh?
She was at the
your
show,
Oh,
right?
she was at the show. Yeah, she was at the
She
show.
was at the show.
Like
Absolutely.
Fortune 500.
500. I like Fortune
Oh,
500.
he's smiling.
Yeah, but a lot of people's like, man, Leroy, we ain't seen you this happy in a long time. It's because I ain't been happy in a long time, and I gotta kind of stand on business. A lot of that was probably due to me and my wants and needs and all burying my happiness down. But you know, I mean, I'm happy now, so I'm genuinely happy. Even if the situation wasn't what it is today, I am genuinely happy.
Good.
You know what I mean? So, what about you, Ed? How you doing, brother?
Life is good, bro. life is great.
Life is great.
Happy, high yellow, and highly favored.
Happy, high yellow, and highly favored. All right, yo. So for all of y'all that tune in, please do us a favor. It's free to do. Please like. You can comment, and we can see your comments. Please make sure you comment. Hey, Tan, I see you. It is awesome. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you like, comment, and share the video, because these discussions that we're getting ready to have today, as you can tell based off of what's happening in the news, it's important that men have an outlet. It just so happened that this group of men is willing to put it on the internet, so that way we can kind of help facilitate others to do it in their own way, in their own areas. Okay. So today's topic is forgiveness without weakness. Okay. It said letting go of the pain without losing your power or pride. What I wanted to go through first is, like, give me y'all definition of what you all would consider forgiveness to be amongst men. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll of course, dealing with your immediate family and friends and stuff like that.
That's tough. And I'm gonna tell you why that's tough. Because the devil tends to play tricks on you.
Okay.
And what happens is, if someone mistreats you out there in the streets, and they're no kin to you, you don't know nothing about them, know nothing about you, you really don't care. You know, it's kind of like, you know, Kevin Hart said, I don't care if anybody likes me. I don't care what people think. But when it's someone close to you, it does bother me. And I go a little step further. Some people say it's not a such thing as church hurt. But I beg to differ. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we are the church. And if the people are the church and someone offends you, and you don't think that, you know, and that happens, it does bother you. That's why it's hard to get people to come into the church sometimes, because if the people in the church are mistreating you, they already know what they're going to get on the outside of the church. So why come in the church, what we call a hospital, where we're supposed to be able to get help, and you come in as a guest, and you sit up front, and of course, you know, some places, they have certain sections for people to sit in, but if you got a mother that sits up front close to the church, and you just come in and you sit there, they don't know that you're a guest. You don't know that they always sit there. And this, don't get me wrong, there are no signs on pews to tell you that, hey, this is Sister So-and-so seat. People just out of respect don't sit there. But if this person is just coming to the church and they sit there, and then you come and you get on them about being in your space, that may make that person never come back again.
Well, there was a thing that was said that you when you mentioned church hurt, where a woman might have just been leaving a club and then got convicted and saved at the club, and then she decides to come to the church for the first time, but she's still dressed in her Saturday night attire, and the first thing that people would do is look at her and be like, oh, how's she here with her butt cheeks down and her breast out and stuff like that, already condemning her while trying to come and get the help that she needs.
That's exactly
And then
what happens. I mean, I used to wear 2 earrings, and I used to come home while I was on leave, and this actually happened to me. It was I went to one of my classmates' church, and they had a prophet that was speaking, a guest prophet. He was speaking. I came out of the pulpit and, you know, just helped them out. Everybody got in line. He prophesied to everybody. Then he prophesied to the shepherd of the house. Okay, I'm good. I'm thinking that, you know, we can go and sit back down. He turned around and looked at me, and he said, hey, and you, with those 2 earrings in your house, you trying to figure out where you're going or where you should plant your feet. The first thing you need to do is you need to take those earrings out of your ears. Now, there are a lot of artists, and I look at it all the time. There are a lot of artists that wear 2 earrings. Does that make them unsaved? If I wasn't where I was or confident in my skin, you could have turned me away from church forever.
Right.
I reached out to my apostle. My apostle said, you know what? First of all, he was wrong, because God is not the author of confusion. That's the first thing. And 2, if God has not convicted you of wearing those earrings, he should not have convicted you. He said, but God will bless you, because you said that once he told you that, you immediately took them out your ears and put them in your pocket.
See, I think I commend you for that. You had me thinking about some past things that was going on, and not in reference to me in church hurt. It's in reference to my past situation, because she had written a book, and the book was like she was telling about her story, and then after that, she would explain how God had brought her through it. Now, she wanted to put this book, her book, into the bookstore at the church, and the church would not allow her to do it. And it was like, well, you've been a member of this church for so long, you have tithed so long, the least that you all can do is love me enough to put my book in the bookstore. She have given copies to both the pastor and the bishop and everything like that. And I would assume that they read it, or I assume that they didn't read it. I'm not sure. They probably get gifts and stuff like that all the time, but I can almost guarantee that's probably where her church hurt started. Because at some point after that, she had stopped going to church completely. I think she started doing other stuff like carrying rocks and stuff like that. But that you can see how quickly the change took place from the said church hurt, and then everything else kind of snowballed in after that. But yeah, the church hurt is real. You know?
It is. I mean, it's funny because we had a powerful woman of God come to Paxton, and she comes quite often. And she said that her son asked her to go to a concert. Charlie Wilson was at this concert. And you know, he sang the song I'm Blessed. But in the midst of that, there were other artists and they were singing secular stuff and stuff like that. And she said, well, how could you bring me something like this? I'm a woman of God, I can't be in this. And it happened to Benny Hill as well. But she said after she heard Charlie Wilson give his testimony before he talked about the song I'm Blessed, she understood what was happening. She said because what she noticed amongst the whole crowd, it didn't matter whether you were black, white, Jew, Gentile. It didn't matter what you were. They were in there having a good time. You can bump up against each other, but let the pastor say, give somebody a holy hug or a holy handshake and see who's going to give you that. Because sometimes you don't get that. We can't even hug each other in the church sometimes because we so holier than thou. And I say it all the time. And I guess sometimes people get upset with me being so straightforward, but I am that way. I just don't know no other way to be. Because I think that if Jesus went to the whorehouse, why are we supposed to be any different?
Right.
Okay.
You got to reach people where they are, you know. And that's why he said, you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. But if you teach a man how to fish, you have him for a lifetime. And that's the problem. We so judgmental till I say sometimes we so holier than thou, we know earthly good. But we all got a past, so guess what? Don't think you just was born a Christian. Because he said we were born a sinner. Even in your mother's womb. So what makes us any different? Everything that he went through as a human being, we're gonna go through. Whether we like it or not. It could be your family, it could be your friend, it could be someone you thought was a close friend of yours.
Yeah, no question.
No.
Yeah, man, and and also, forgiveness is a tool that is not necessarily for the person who you forgive and benefit. It's really for you. When you forgive somebody, the benefit goes to you because in order for you to be forgiven, you must first forgive. I think a lot of reasons why a lot of people do get hurt, because even the Bible was saying in 1 Corinthians and also in Psalms, it was talking about wear people like loose garments. Sometimes we have people so tight to us that when it's time for them to get out of our life, it hurts us so much because they so tailor-made our life. But you don't supposed to have nobody that close to you to a point that if they leave, it won't affect you that much. Surely people gonna betray you or they gonna say certain things, but you gotta give people room to be able to betray you. You gotta give them room to make you mad. What happens is we want folks so tight to us that when they make us mad or betray us, that they own so tight. And that's why the words say wear them like loose garments, because of you gonna remain, but they gonna slide off. And when you have folks so tight, I can't believe you out of all people. I can't. The word said, wear them like loose garments. So there's certain ways that we can prepare for certain attacks or whatnot. But when it comes down to forgiveness, that's a big tool because of you get the benefit of it. You know what I'm saying? by forgiving people. A lot of us got stories of different things we went to and went through with forgiveness. And one of my biggest ones was what happened with my dad, how my dad left my mom. The crazy part about it, the beef I had with him, I started becoming just like him. So sometimes unforgiveness is almost like venom because you end up becoming the person that you're complaining about. You see what I'm saying? That person done moved on, they life and bit somebody else, and you round up becoming that same person who did you wrong. So that's why when people operate in unforgiveness, they operate in bitterness. And you can always tell people who struggle with forgiveness because they say stupid stuff like they'll celebrate when bad things happen to the person who hurt them. They'll be like, I told him till he do right by me and all that. Guess who's on the side of the road right now, broke down right now. Tyrone, he broke down. You know, that's you know, you really telling on yourself.
Right.
That you don't have a forgiving heart because why are you celebrating? Why are you trying to treat God like a gangster now? You know what I'm saying? Because of something bad happened to the person who did you wrong. You know what I'm saying? And so my main thing, man, that I just learned inside this walk, man, you know, to wear people like loose garment. Wear them like loose garment. Give people room, man, to make you mad. Make an allowance for them because it's definitely going to happen. So it'll make it easier to forgive. The reason why it's harder to forgive because everybody in our life, we make them tailor-made to fit. Nobody should be tailor-made to fit inside your life, man. You know what I'm saying? Not one person should be tailor-made to fit you. Everybody should be worn like loose garment. Man, my kids, man, they make me mad all the time. You know what I'm saying? Go off and I tell them all day long, man, I forgive you. Let me slide you off a little bit. We all right. But sometimes you have folks so tight, it make it hard to forgive.
What about you, Ant?
I think forgiveness is the best thing in the world. You got to learn how to forgive and just stay free. I think forgiving somebody is an art. But what's better than forgiving them is not putting yourself in a situation where you have to forgive them ever again. So if somebody do you wrong, okay, you did wrong, I'm going to forgive you. I'm not going to carry it like Funny Bone said. Wear them like loose clothes and don't keep them so tight that you like, oh, I need this person. I'm going to forgive you. But once I forgive you, I'm going to put myself in a position that I ain't never going to have to forgive you again.
That's right. That's it, man.
No matter what it is, if you do me wrong in a relationship, if you know what, no matter what, family members or whatever, myself is positioned now that I'm never gonna have to forgive you again because I'm not gonna let you do what you did.
And
Kind of like first time, shame on me. Second time, shame on me.
Correct.
The other thing about being forgiveness is this: when you don't forgive, it blocks your blessings. It keeps you in bondage.
Right.
You know, that's what happens. You stay in a bondage that you're trying to break out of. You have to forgive. And no, it ain't easy.
It's an art. You got to master
They
it.
say with God all things are possible.
Yes.
You better believe that.
I mean, think about it.
Go ahead.
He forgave Judas.
He sure did. He sure did. You're right about that. He did. He did.
So,
He forgave us.
Yeah, that's right.
Once
That's
he
right.
and gave his life for us, and we treat him like he
That's
give
right.
us
That's
every
right.
day.
Hey, but see,
It's
truthfully,
hard.
to add to that real quick, bro, people who know me, it's funny because when somebody say, "Hey, Bone, man, I love you," I always say, "How you say you love me and we ain't fight yet?" You know what I'm saying? And see, sometimes, man, you know, we have people around us, man, and it's real talk. And I don't know if you guys remember the old movie a long time ago called New Jack City. But one thing, but see, one thing Nino Brown got mad at G Money about because how nice Ice-T was to G Money. And he said, be careful. Because see, sometimes people shower you with niceness. You see what I'm saying? The whole nine to confuse you. You know, you got to be more than nice to be close to me. Now we got to fight. You see what I'm saying? Because of, I want to see how strong you are. Prime example, if you put any car on the road right now, the crazy part about it, the only way that car would be able to be deemed usable out here, it has to go through a crash dummy test. To see if that airbag come out. And you got people riding around with no airbags. You know what I'm saying? But on the outside, they look good. Nah, bro, I want to see you take a crash right quick and see how safe we really can be. And that's why I really have very few little friends because of, you got to take a crash dummy test to be with me, Jake. Because listen, I don't even like hanging around me all the time. So you see what I'm saying? So I know for a fact, if I slip one day, you gone. You know what I'm saying? So I think also in terms of forgiveness, we have to understand, man, hey, look, everything ain't gonna be good with us, but I gotta see how you handle the 100 house too. You see what I'm saying? I gotta see if we leave out this 100 house, you still my boy. And nowadays, man, you really don't have that. Because we get so high on life with people in our lives, man, and not understanding that here's the thing: it's gonna rain one day for us. It's gonna rain one day, and one day I'm gonna need for you to forgive me. I'm gonna need for you to say, "Bro, we good. I got you," and all that. I just think now we are so equipped for the touchdowns, and we ain't ready for the fumbles.
Okay, and see, I think when you mention the forgiveness part, as far as it helping me or helping ourselves versus the other person, is because I used to practice a lot of unforgiveness, like a lot. So when I was thinking about the topic, that's exactly what I was kind of focusing on, because now I have the ability to practice forgiveness as
That's
of late.
it. That's it.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a painful feeling to forgive someone, knowing how easy it is for me to just be like, yeah, I'm not ever going to deal with you again. You know what I mean? And to know that, okay, well, yeah, forgiving you in the long run is going to be less. I'm not going to get that sickness of ever being on me, because I just won't forgive you. You know what I mean? And I like the idea of wearing them like loose clothes. I never heard of that before. But then that includes the closest people to you as well.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I can honestly say that if I would allow the person to be exactly who they are, then at the end of the day, I probably wouldn't be. I mean, it would still hurt,
Absolutely.
but it wouldn't hurt as much. I probably wouldn't have thought the thoughts that I was
Absolutely.
thinking
And,
if I would have.
yeah.
I think that whole idea of God saying to guard your heart.
And absolutely. And I think also too, man, what really actually helped me out was when the word do say, keep your enemies close. A lot of people grab a certain verse like that and run one way. But another way you can run with that verse, keep your enemies close, is anybody close to you, you supposed to find out how can they kill you? How can they hurt you? My children, I know I know both of them. I know which way they can get me. I know how they can get me. I know how they can attack me. And a lot of times when people are close to you, you have to learn not only their strengths, you got to learn their weaknesses. You also have to learn how can they get me. My oldest son, he tried to get me with not allowing me to see my granddaughter. You see what I'm saying? If I make him real mad, he'll just keep her away from me. But I'm learning tactics of how he can get me, so when it comes, I'm prepared for it.
Right.
So when you keep people close to you, you also have to learn how can they attack me. You see what I'm saying? My baby boy, I learned how he can attack me. What he do is go on a silent treatment. He don't talk to you for a long time and all that. So I'm learning his tactics of how can he get me. Everybody that come close to my circle, I don't only learn them, but I learn how can they hit me. How can they hit me? And a lot of times when people are around you, you have to learn how can they hit me? How can they attack me? If we was going through something right now, prime example, if you was staying with somebody, you staying inside their house, you already know they could hit me by saying, this is my house.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So you have to learn people around you on how can they attack me, so I'll know how to forgive them. You see what I'm saying?
Think of it from a military standpoint.
CYA.
Yeah. But also think about it this way: what do we do when we go in, when we get prepared to go into a perimeter? We have people check everything out. We checking our blocks.
Reconnaissance.
We're gonna do a recon to see what avenues of approach they can take, what avenues of approach we may need if we gotta flee. We look at all the surrounding points, the drop off points. We know they can't run this way, especially if we're trying to hit them.
That's it.
So at the same time, when we're trying to attack, we also want to make sure that we got the ability to survive. Because quite naturally, somebody's gonna fight back.
Right.
So you got to understand that you're gonna have those. You're gonna have those ups. You're gonna have those downs. We're gonna take losses. We're gonna win some, but we also got to know how to maintain what we have going on around us.
That's the main thing.
So I mean, for him to say, you have to learn the strengths and weaknesses. That's what everybody.
You have to.
I mean,
I think
think
you,
about it this way. We say
You have to.
After action review, after every mission, we talk about what went well,
That's it.
what went bad, and
That's
how
it.
we can make it better.
That's it. That's it. That's it right there.
I think with, like I say, forgiveness is an art because
Yep.
when you see somebody, when they show you who they are,
That's
Believe
right.
it.
Believe them.
Believe it.
That's it.
don't say, "Oh no, they're not like
That's
that."
it.
If they show you who they
Right
are,
then.
you believe them.
That's true.
So
That's
so
true.
so
That's true.
when you mentioned something, right?
That's good.
And my experience has come from just my past experience, right? And my
Right.
past experience just so happened to be with a handful of people. Okay. There was a situation where I was in a state of deep depression, right? And I've never done this before, you know what I mean? But I got mad at my daughter and got in her face and told me to, I said, if you can make me do it, make me do it. You know what I mean? And then the person who I was with said, okay, that is you. And based everything from my past up until now as that being me. And I was like, how is that me when I have never done that before? How do you see that? You know what I mean? So it was hard for me to practice forgiveness when I felt the version you saw of me was not something that you always saw.
Right,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
So, but now I'm practicing forgiveness, and now I'm trying to figure out, what does it actually mean to me to be able to forgive them? Like, do I still give them access? Do they lose access or anything like that? You know what I
That's
mean?
that's gonna be totally your that's totally on you. Like he was saying, you gotta understand something that once they show you who they are, you believe it, but you give them only the enough access that you want them to have. Don't let them have total access to you.
It's-
You determine how much access
It's
they have to
it's
you.
an art. That's why I call it an art, because if anything that's an art, you got to master. You're gonna master
Yep.
that thing. If you like doing it, you're gonna master that thing. Here, comedy, we master comedy.
Yeah.
Because it's the art. We know the ins and outs. So sometimes you have to take when people say stuff to you that you know that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to we're gonna do that loose closing again.
Yep, yep,
Let it
yep.
Clear off.
And,
When
yeah.
you know that's not you.
Yeah.
Let out sitting arguing with them. You
Yeah.
can't change nobody's mind. What they
Yeah.
think about you. All you can
Yeah.
do is be you.
And and then also, one of the scriptures that got me is when Peter had told Jesus how much he loved him, and
Yep.
Jesus said that you're gonna deny me 3 times.
Right.
But watch this. During those times, Peter didn't really realize what Jesus was talking about, but Jesus was already studying his weaknesses.
Already studying.
He was studying that, bro. You the kind of joker that somebody put a gun in your head, you're gonna turn on everybody. But he was already studying that.
Right.
And see, sometimes when people are around you, you have to study them.
That's right.
You have to study them. He already studied him and told him, bro, you going to deny me. But guess what? When Jesus came back and resurrected, he came for him. So he didn't punish him for that. But he was showing him, bro, I studied your strength and weaknesses, but I still allowed you to come with me. You see what I'm saying? But I was able to study both sides of you. I think that we live in a day and time that we don't study both sides of us. You know what I'm saying? We be around folk and we look at all the strengths. Oh, that's my guy or whatever. No, I got to see your weakness, because every good medicine has side effects.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Because there is
That's
no
good.
medicine that has no side effects. Hey, I got side effects to me. You got side effects to you. You know what I'm saying? All of us have side effects. So I think what it is that we don't study what's the side effects of this person. You see what I'm saying? Because Jesus already knew straightforward. He said, bro, come on, man. I know you love me, man, but man, you're going to deny me 3 times, bro. Well, I already know.
And I
you know
think-
how I know? I studied you.
That's right.
how I know.
And just with that, Peter showed Jesus who he was before.
Exactly.
When you study somebody, they're
You
going to show
study.
you. All
And
right.
he was confident.
Yeah.
He said 3. He ain't say 1, 2. He said 3 times.
3 times.
He said 3 times before this night is over with, bro. It's not
Right.
throughout the year.
That's right.
He said tonight, bro, you are going to deny me. You know why? Because I studied your weaknesses.
That's right.
And what we do, and why we get infiltrated a lot, we don't study. But guess what? It didn't mean that he didn't want Peter to be a disciple.
Right.
He still wanted Peter to roll with him. It's just, I know your weaknesses.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And so by
I
me
know how
being
far I can-
a renegade, I gotta know how far I can go with you. I gotta know how far I can go with you. Not saying I can't go with you. I just gotta know how far I can go. I know if somebody put a pistol to your head, I'm done. You gonna cut? Though I don't know him. Who the hell he is? I don't know Jesus. I don't know what he looked like. You know what I'm saying? Knowing he told on himself because he sounded just like Christ. Because he been around him so long.
Yeah.
But it's just them things
Yeah,
of it
that's
is
crazy,
that
right? Yeah,
you
it
got to
sound-
study who you with. No, there's nobody that's around me, bro, that I haven't studied. I promise you. And it's funny because I could tell somebody all the good I know about them and all the bad I know about them. And they be like, well, why I'm rolling with you? Because I know how far to go with you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't mean he off the team.
Yeah, he don't mean you off my team.
Everybody
no,
got
no. Hey, Twain Bike, I'm good with you.
But there are certain things that a person will do that you will believe who they are, and then unfortunately that will be it. I know one of my weaknesses, Funny Bone know it, is that it used to be texting. Now my communication,
Boy, this joker here.
communication.
Boy, this joker got the worst communication of all men.
Yo.
He said, "Hey, you heard about the podcast?" He said, "Leroy ain't call you?"
Oh my,
I said, "No,
yeah.
he
texted
Yeah. But I texted you this morning,
Oh, my
and then
God.
Bone ain't got, and I was like, yo, but I was.
Faye, well, you heard me
Yeah.
get on him before?
Yeah.
I
Man,
No.
boy, I gotta get on.
You know what, though? I gotta-
Nah. Hey, but you doing better though.
I appreciate that.
You
See,
do
but
a
see,
whole
I
lot.
just didn't
But-
get it. I didn't get it yesterday. I didn't get it at all.
no, yeah.
You know what? The funny thing you just said, though, you said something about Peter. Think about it this way, and I had to go back because I was just sitting to listen to him talk. Think about it this way: the Last Supper. Jesus already know he was going to be betrayed, and he already knew who was going to betray him. He
Yep.
said, "Do it quickly."
Yeah.
He said, "Just do it quickly."
Yeah, man.
He
That's
already knew. So the thing is, when you like Funny Bone said, when you study
yeah. You gotta
what's
say.
around you,
Yeah.
you know how to prepare yourself for what's
Absolutely.
going to happen or what may happen.
Absolutely.
We talk about what may happen. Well, guess what? That's why I tell kids today, don't just have a plan A. You need to have a plan A, B, C, or D so that if one of those don't work, you got something to fall back on.
That's it. That's
You know,
it.
I tell people all the time, hey, look, as a coach, you can be a great athlete. Go to college. But no matter what, get your education. Because the minute you get hurt, you may not be able to go where you think your dream is going to take you. And the truth of the matter is, if it's not God's plan for you, you got to set yourself up to a point where you're ready to continue to go on.
Right.
But see, I think when it comes to that, I think my daughter, she might harbor some ill will to me too, even though I am her father. You know what I mean? I can feel the rebelliousness in her because I've given her every avenue as to what she needs to do to become a better person, to be better in society, to make more money, and she refuses to do any of them. Right?
We talked about
But
this.
yeah,
If she hear from somebody else,
yeah. If she hear from somebody
she may
else,
receive it better.
Yeah.
Because like you're saying, if she got a little ill will towards you, she ain't gonna receive that from you.
but it
But
doesn't
somebody,
even.
somebody that seems genuine and tell her the same exact thing that you've been trying to tell her, they'll listen to it.
But see, when you mention having a plan B and a plan C, you know, as a father, you can see the writing on the wall, right? So I share this. My daughter wants to move out. She wants to move out, and I don't have a problem with you moving out. That by all means, experience life. Go ahead and do what you want to do, right? But you want to move out, and when you move out, you want to move in with your boyfriend, right? So I explained this. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, my job is to give you everything up front. You can believe what you want to believe, but it's my job to let you know, okay, well, listen, can you afford this apartment on your own? Can you? At the end of the day, can you afford it on your own? And she was like, well, Dad, I think I'd be able to handle it. I was like, no, I feel like you are accounting for your income and his income. And I was like, so what? Because I was like, also, too, this will be the first time. I was like, you go up there and visit for 3-4 days. A man can put on the best facade for 3 or 4 days. But when you start staying with somebody for a month, 2 months, 3 month number 3, month number 4, you start, like what Bones say, start living life.
Yep.
And you start nitpicking and noticing all of these things that you didn't notice before.
Right. And when you get ready to sit down, you fall in.
Right.
You don't know that because for them 4 days, he done trained himself to put it down for you.
Exactly. I think the hardest part too, even when you look at the word forgiveness and things like that, even in relationships and friendships, the reason why a lot of these things is so hard to accomplish, which in forgiveness, because when we first meet people now, we go straight to honeymoon stage. If I first meet you, our first trip shouldn't be Africa. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got to take our time You know what I'm saying? And going
See,
up
Publix.
there. And you know what I'm saying?
said
Our first trip gonna be the county fair. So, you know, we gonna work our way up there. But while we working our way up there, what we doing? We building levels. So if we fall, we won't drop all the way down. I think that when we meet people, even in churches or whatever, we go so high. This is my best friend ever. All because they made you a flyer. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. So now you way up here with them. And then when they make you mad, you hit rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? Instead of pacing yourself, you know what I'm saying? Go up one level, next level, the whole nine. So they'll have room to make you mad. So if they make you mad on the 8th floor, you could just drop to the 7th. You see what I'm saying? But I think what happens is we go all the way on honeymoon stage. When we meet people, the whole nine, and then you don't have no bottom. You bottomless. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, you know, we friends today and not tomorrow, because you know, there's no structure to the point of building it. And by building forgiveness, that's one of the hardest things to accomplish, because now I have to study everything about you that I may have to forgive. I have to study almost everything about you on how you can make me mad. You know how hard that is? I have to study
And the point
everything
is,
about you.
The biggest thing about that is you will never know everything
No.
about the person you with. No matter what. No, I don't care how long you've been with someone, you're never going to know every complete thing about them.
I say to
Go
you,
ahead.
I'm sorry, I say to you, Leroy, when you said you were sharing about your daughter and stuff, you doing right. Cause I'm a dad just like that.
Yeah.
When she tell me about this dude, my thing is with my daughter, same thing with my son, is get your own.
Yep.
Get your own money, get your
That's
own
it.
house,
That's
get your
it.
own job, get your own,
That's
because
it.
like you say, you can go down there for the first 3 days. Oh, it's lovely. It's the love boat. Like he say, it's the honeymoon.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's it. That's
But
it.
then when you start selling in, you start realizing stuff.
That's it. That's
But
it.
if you have
That's
your
it.
own,
That's
you
it.
prepare, and you're a great father, as far as I can tell, because you're just like me. You're gonna tell them, hey, get your own.
Yeah.
Can you afford that on your own?
Yeah.
See, sometimes when we say that as a father, especially as a man, they don't get the point. They don't get that it's hard out here. And you can't trust nobody but Jesus, really.
Right.
You got to get this stuff. If you can do it on your own, she said, yeah, Dad, I can do it on my own. Okay, baby, that's good.
You just
Yeah.
when you let them go, man, you're not letting them go. You just giving them back to God. You gotta pray for them.
It's long.
Pray for them, pray for them, pray for them. Because no matter what, that's what it is. Like he's saying, you gotta trust God through the process, and
Yeah.
everything we go through in life is a process.
Yeah.
It ain't always easy, but God has already told us that if we can't forgive them,
Yeah.
He can't forgive us.
No question about that. And it's a thing too, that how we do our brain to a point that we go on one side of the area and not the other one. But you know, one of the things that even staying in Florida with the tornadoes and all that, y'all know, come September all the way to during November, it's hurricane season, right?
Right.
So we basically know there's a possibility our lights can be turned off. But the best thing to do is to get a generator just in case if it happened, right? Stay prepared just in case it happened. I think a lot of things, man, we're finding ourselves not prepared for. I remember when I was putting life insurance policies on the family, and I put some on my kids. And man, Tony said, why you putting life insurance policy on the boys like you want something to happen to them? I said, no, I'm not. I don't want nothing to happen to them. But just in case if it does, you see what I'm saying? I'm preparing myself. And what it is, you have to stay prepared for every single thing that's bad. You still have to, do I want them to die?
right.
No, I don't want them to die. But if they do, I got a policy right here for them. But our generation, we don't have life insurance policy. We think we're going to live forever. You know why? Because we don't prepare for the what ifs. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing.
And that's what the pastor said. The pastor said,
We don't prepare for it.
You know what your kids out there in the street
Yeah, you already know.
But the minute something happens, you put a
Oh my God.
page on Facebook.
Come on.
I-
You're not prepared. You already know what he doing.
All donations.
Come on, man.
Right,
That's
right.
But
it.
you know what he doing out there in the street. So if you know what he doing out there in the street, why you
Exactly.
don't just prepare yourself?
Prepare. That's it.
Now, that's
say-
the difference.
That's it.
You're doing it because you know what they're out there
That's
doing.
it. Just stay prepared, bro.
I say Bone. He said that be prepared is good. You know, real fathers. Now I don't go tandem enough, but real men, we look the worst first.
Yep.
And come back.
That's it. Don't be dope.
Baby, you can't.
Yep.
Can you afford this apartment on your? We're looking at the worst.
That's the right thing to do.
And then we're coming back.
Yep.
Well,
You
I'm
do.
worse because my daughter she moved to
right.
Baltimore, and she said, Dad, she said, Dad, why you always think the worst?
Because that's what I'm going at first.
Because I'm dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a
That's it.
provider. I'm a protector. And a protector, you know.
They're gonna
He's gonna
always
go to Rochefort.
So, well, I'm okay.
that's
So
right, bro. That's good stuff,
I'm
bro.
gonna say this is
That's good stuff.
this is one of my shortcomings, right?
Right.
One of my shortcomings was is I never accounted for money that I never had. I never did. It was always okay. Well, listen, if we want to do this, this is how much we have coming in. This is how much we can put towards it. This is how we're going to break it down. Okay. So, and I already know because through therapy and counseling. Hey, Keisha, how you doing?
Yeah.
Through therapy and counseling, I learned that I have a control issue, right? And that control issue dealt primarily with the finances. Because if you tell me well, this is based off of my personal experience. I never wanted to be evicted again. So I wanted to always have a house over my head. And I've always worked. I've been working since I was 16. So as like, that's like the primary basis of it. So, but if you tell me that you want something and I am your husband, I made it my duty to get it and find a way to get it financially. Well, the last situation that I had, we was already in debt. And when we was already in debt, I was like, okay, well, how are we going to be able to get out of this debt situation? And she was going through a lawsuit with the city. And the whole time she's saying, okay, when we get the money from the lawsuit, we're going to pay everything off. When we do this, and I'm in the back of my mind, I just want to tell you, please just shut up.
That's it. Doc.
That's what I want to say
That's
because you keep putting all of this hope out there, hope.
That's it.
And me being the man that I am is like, okay, we don't have it. As soon as I was like, okay, when we get this money, and then as soon as that happened, I would say maybe like 3-4 weeks later, the lawyer called and said, nothing. So now I'm like, we got
But see,
now like all of the weight of our debt, all of that hit. I'm talking about it just compounded. All of it compounded.
But if you think about it, man, one of the reasons why God would never answer our phone call is because of one word: prepared. I already told you what was going to happen.
Hey,
I
listen.
told you death was going to happen. I told you hatred was going to happen. I told you betrayal was going to happen. I told you these kids were going to be off the chain. I told you all of this. So that means you should have been prepared for it, right?
Right.
And that's the thing, man, that's sometimes what we do. We're not prepared for the what ifs. We're not prepared. Man, let me tell you something. This true story. And I learned something the hard way, man. And sometimes God will put stuff in your face, man, that you never know how you will handle something until it happen to you. And I remember, man, my son was hanging around this kid, and the kid was staying with his mother. And it was just the kid and his mother that was staying together. And the boy was kind of rebellious. So I was around there talking, maybe if he stayed with his mom and daddy, he'll be good. You know, sometimes these kids from a single household, they don't know what's going on. Let me tell you something. My son skipped school on Sundays. You hear me? Every chance he got, he skipped school. But let me tell you something. It showed me something. The same thing can happen to you.
That's right.
It don't matter. It don't matter how it is. You got to stay prepared for the what ifs. And that's the thing that kind of hits our generation a lot, because we ain't prepared for the what if. I tell people all the time, just because you could buy something don't mean you can afford it.
You see what
I'm saying? And
right.
I see our generation don't prepare for the maintenance. You can buy something, but can you afford the maintenance? But our brain ain't prepared for the maintenance of it. You see what I'm saying? We prepare, I can buy it, but are you prepared if it break down? Can you fix it? Surely you can buy anything, but can you afford it? And afford it simply means, can you be prepared for the breakdown of it and still maintain it? And that's what we have to kind of learn how to do, is how to stay prepared. I can drop dead today, but guess what? I promise you this here. Everything is set up. You know why I set up? Because I prepared for it. I'm preparing for my death. I don't want to die, but if I do, voila, here it goes. You see what I'm saying? So I'm preparing for every single thing that bad can happen. I'm preparing for. I'm preparing for almost. There's nothing. I'm preparing for betrayal. I'm preparing for bike stabbing. I'm preparing for it all because the word said it. It's just we don't listen to it.
And here's okay. So I have developed that mindset over the course of the last 3 years, and it took me some time because you could unfortunately be be told something in your face while they are easily making you comfortable with the knife being pushed in your back. I would have never thought, and then it'd be the closest people to you.
all day.
Absolutely.
So, but the fact that I held this person in so much regard that they was more than just garments, loose garments. You know what I mean? So I'm just being
Skin.
uh,
It was
huh?
skin. It was just
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
That
So,
close.
but what I've learned over the course of all of this is the person that I was, all of the good parts of me. You know what I mean. I want to keep that protector, that provider, the one that cares for you, the one that thinks about you when it's just during the day. You know what I'm saying? Doing the what if things, you know what I'm saying, or
That's
just
it.
because,
That's it.
just because things.
That's it.
I want to keep that person, but the person that I was, which was I wasn't as empathetic. I would say what I was going to say, regardless of how you received it.
Right.
And I think that's probably a military thing. You know what I mean? I would be like, okay, this and this and this. I don't care how to get it done. Or this, like even with my daughter, like the situation I have with my daughter, because I was in that depressed state, I wasn't going to do anything because I never done anything to hurt her or anything like that. But it was just to make her understand that, listen, I don't care what you do. I am still a man. You cannot force me to do anything I do not want to do. You know what I mean? And it was more or less a learning tool for her. Now, granted, should I have done it that way? Probably not. I shouldn't have done it that way. But it was done. It was done. And she kind of understands now that men and women are different, you know? And I take full responsibility and accountability for how I speak and talk now, because that's the biggest thing that I've been working on. Is like, now I am slow to anger, slow to speak, quick to listen.
Right.
That's what it is. So I will get quiet while you talk, so I can listen to you without me being defensive.
Right.
Because if you're coming to me now, comes with the idea. If you're coming to me with something, then obviously you love me enough to be wanting to bring it to my attention, so that way we can fix it.
Bingo. And,
You know what I mean?
and you know, one of the things helped me even growing up, even with my dad, man. One of the things that he did that I didn't like, that I wanted to do better in, was that how he disciplined me. I was in fear coming up younger. So being in fear, sometimes fear and respect look just alike. So instead of him telling me to clean my room up, he would unplug my video game for me to clean my room up. Okay, but I'm cleaning my room up, but I'm doing it out of fear. So now I'm learning now on how to discipline my children with respect. Let them know, clean your room up, your game's still gonna stay plugged up, but I wanna try to find a way to get you to clean your room up. A lot of times we grew up in fear. So, you know, we grew up in punishing each other, you know, we grew up in not forgiving each other, you know, we grew up really in finding ways to punish each other to get them to do what need to be done. Well, I can still get you to do everything that need to be done by respect, and also I can still get you to do what I need you to do by forgiving. But the reason why it's so hard for people to forgive, because they don't realize that just because I forgive you don't mean we still got to be cool.
Right.
I ain't got to be cool with you no more. I just release you. But in our mind, we feel like if I forgive you, that means I granted you permission back in my life. No, that don't mean that. That just mean that, hey man, you know, we good now. You ain't gonna be on my show no more, but I mean, but at the same time,
Okay.
I mean, you can be in the audience.
So-
you know, you get a ticket.
so you
And
brought
get a
up
ticket, but you ain't gonna be on the show no more, dog.
But you also got to keep this in mind. Don't get me wrong. You also got to keep this in mind. It's not just saying it. It's got to come from your heart.
That's right. That's true too.
Because if it doesn't come from your heart, you can best believe God gonna test you again
They will.
to see if you truly forgave.
Nah, that's true.
Well, I think too, also forgiving. Sometimes people make that you're weak when you forgive.
Right. Yeah.
But you're strong when you forgive.
That's it.
Because
That's
once
it.
I said again, I'll forgive you, but I'm never gonna be in that. Put myself in a situation again where I ever have to forgive again.
No, never that.
But see,
And you
I
said
think-
something earlier. You said something earlier, Funny Bone. You said, "Can you get it and maintain it? You can get it, but you can't maintain it."
Yep.
Usually, I call that the income tax.
Yeah,
Income
yeah,
tax thing.
yeah. And see, and
If
that's
you income tax, you get something. And
Yeah.
That's
See, a lot of us can somewhat buy friends, but can you afford a friend? See, a lot of us can't afford having somebody in our life. Afford simply is the warranty plan. Can I put a warranty on you? You see what I'm saying? See, sometimes we want people in our lives without the warranty.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But can I put a warranty on you just in case certain things inside of you wear out? I got you covered as my brother. You see what I'm saying? See, because I know the kind of person I am, and the older we get, the more miles we get on us. I mean,
You're
I
gonna break
need,
down at
I
some
need a
point.
big time warranty. You know what I'm saying? We get
Extended.
older, the whole nine and all that. But we have people in our lives, you know, they saying they cool with you, but I ain't got no warranty.
See, and
I
then-
can't be in your life. I ain't got no warranty because I know I'm gonna break down every now and then.
Yeah, but I think it's a course of also having clear cut boundaries with one another, right? Now, when you speak in reference to the forgiveness, it depends on what boundary you end up breaking, whether or not I will give you or have that access with you. You know what I mean? And that I say I can forgive you. But unfortunately, I cannot be around you. I just can't give you that type of
I think
access anymore.
that's part of you putting your position, putting me in a position. I can forgive you, but I'm never gonna put myself in that position again. Okay, you might do something that you might seem small. Okay, well,
Yeah,
my
and-
position will be different then, whether it's something big.
Also, we have to remember that everybody's not going to treat us the way we would treat them.
Yeah, and
You know,
that's
and sometimes that's another thing that we have a problem with. Sometimes we think that because we would, do them this way, they should do us that way.
Yeah.
That's not how.
That's
it
not
works.
how it
That's
goes.
just like God is saying, "Hey, look, you may have blessed somebody with so much money. That don't mean that the blessing gonna come back to
Prime
you that
example.
way.
Yeah.
You're gonna be blessed.
Yeah,
But it's all about how you're blessed.
that's true.
And I guess that comes in where wanting to get those blessings, but you had mentioned something real clear that I had to take real precedence on, is that does the forgiveness I give to myself, am I really forgiving, or am I just suppressing resentful emotions, right? So I guess that comes in where you're saying, well, God is going to test you at some point.
Man,
You know what I'm
look,
saying?
I have a problem forgiving myself sometimes, so I know it ain't easy for me to forgive others sometimes.
That's real.
So that's just being real.
Yeah,
In college,
yeah.
every time I made a bad pass, every time I made a mistake, we're told to just keep on going.
Yeah.
Forget about it. But if you're still holding on to the play you messed up in the last couple of plays, how can you move forward?
Yeah, and
Again, I think it's also it's the position that you put yourself in.
Right.
It's the position I call I've seen that before. So whether you're in a relationship or whether I've seen that before. So if let's say I'm in a relationship before this chick does something to me or whatever, she moving
You
fun
see
like
the
that.
signs coming.
So my new relationship, I've seen that before. I've seen that from her. What you're doing, you're moving fun. I've seen it before. So it helps me to also protect myself, not put myself in that position. Okay, if you want to be like that, okay, I'm gonna step back a little bit because I've seen it before. You done been through it.
and then also it goes back to even what they say and make a lot of sense. But when we was talking about preparation, I can go to Walmart right now. Once I go to Walmart, what those doors do when the doors fill me? They open, right? If I come to your house, your doors wouldn't open that way.
Right.
You have to have a key, right?
That's right.
And I think what happens is we allow everybody to have free access to us like we're going to Walmart. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? I need a key to come inside your house. Some people, some jobs you have to use an eye or whatever, the whole nine. You can open like that, or a keypad or whatever. You can't allow everybody like free Walmart access into your life to hurt you. You see what I'm saying? You just can't allow people to come to you and you open up. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a code to come into my life, bro.
That's something.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
You
But that's
gotta
something
have a
you said
code.
earlier. That's something you
Yeah,
said
have a
earlier.
code.
I
You
came
just
to the
get-
house earlier, right? I'm
Oh,
old
yeah.
school, man. I'm old
It
school.
did.
What you say?
I said, man, come on,
in.
brother, man.
See,
Yeah.
that's right. We on the same
But
page,
but see, the reason why I said that,
You gotta have a code to come in my life, dog. You
is
can't just walk in. I want to open up.
But it's because I provided you with that access. Plus, so far you've showed yourself to be who you are.
See?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This
There
is
you
what
go.
I ain't- I ain't
You know,
know.
when we say show
See?
yourself
See?
to be
See
who
that?
you are, it kind of made me think when he said when a person show you who they are,
Believe
it. And it made me think about that reel I be seeing on Facebook so much, where the guy be sitting on the side of the road or he be on the sidewalk trying to holler at this girl and they be brushed. She says, "Hey, what's your name?" She say, "No name. I ain't got no name." Try someone else. Keep doing
That's
it.
right.
Keep on, and they keep walking.
That's right.
And then all of a sudden, he pressed the button on his Lamborghini.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
said, "Watch this." They start running back. Talking about, "Oh, I wasn't paying attention. See, I was looking at my phone.
That's who she was.
I had something on my. No, you a gold digger
That's
just
who
like
she
you are.
I just said that, Bone, because
Oh, yeah?
because we are what you call it, we're on the same length because before
Right.
you got here,
Oh yeah.
I knocked on the door. I'm still
Wow.
knocking.
Wow. I didn't even know that.
Leroy
I
said,
didn't even know that. Yeah.
Come on in. I said, no,
Right.
I'm old school. I gotta
Right.
have somebody tell me to come in.
Yeah, yeah.
And it hit right on what you
Yeah,
said about
and
Walmart.
that's the same thing because if you walk at Walmart right now, once them doors sense you, they gonna open up
That's
wide.
right.
You can cuss all that and go crazy. Them doors still gonna open,
right.
regardless on how you know why because they sense your presence. That's
right.
You see what I'm saying? You shouldn't be able to sense people present that much if you open wide. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do more than that there to get close to Bone. I ain't lying. Everything about me ain't good, but you gotta have a passcode. You gotta have something, dog, to get close to me to infiltrate me. You see what I'm saying? Because if you infiltrated me, that means I gave you a code.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Because I don't just open automatically for nobody. You see what I'm saying? Because of I understand about infiltration, I understand that you know, people gonna get you. But a lot of times, man, a lot of our hicks, believe it or not, sometimes it be self-inflicted. I'm gonna tell you this right here, a true story. A long time ago, my brother, he had this nice little ride. He had a bowling ball paint job, old school, with BBS rims. But on his tent, it said "Empowered by Pioneer." And we had on there, "Empowered by Pioneer" on his tent. So he come outside one day, and guess what? Windows busted out. They stole his Pioneer system.
Oh,
The
because
first thing my daddy said, you know what you did? You promoted yourself to get robbed because you put a big sign outside saying what you got inside your car. You see, and sometimes we actually promote ourselves to get attacked and we don't even realize it. We promote ourselves to be jumped on. We promote ourselves to give people free access. Nobody should have free access to your life like they got at Walmart. And some of that stuff be dead on us. There's no way your behind should be going out of town for a 7-day cruise, posting it on Facebook, saying I'm having fun, and that darn robber hitting you by saying enjoy yourself. You see what I'm saying? Because when you come back, this stuff gonna be gone. You know what I'm saying? And so,
You're right.
Please say that again.
He been right.
You
though,
know what
'cause
I mean?
My thoughts is this. If you want to talk about your cruise, talk about it when you get back.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like people talking about, this is what I cook. I don't need to know what you cook for dinner. You ain't cooking it for me. I don't need to know all that stuff because some of that stuff you putting on there, it don't make no sense.
That's right.
None whatsoever.
That's right.
Yo.
And why people want to record fights, I don't know. Yeah, like they Don King or somebody promote something.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I indulge in those ignorances from time to time.
Some of it's funny, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't
like
like
you
it.
said,
I don't
I'm
like
not going to. If I post something, it's gonna be because it already done happened,
Right.
and I'm just sharing with you afterwards. Because I mean, I went and saw the Los Angeles Lakers play Orlando Magic, but I wouldn't tell you that while I'm down there. Because for one, I definitely can't get back in time for you. You gonna rob me out of house and home
They
before
gonna
I
rob
get
you
back.
everything you got, boss.
They know, look, hey, he's showing the game. They're in the
Nah,
third quarter.
man, ain't no
I got
question.
at least a good 2 hours before he get back.
Right,
question.
right.
There ain't no question.
Yo,
And
so
that's
in the chat, in the
that's
chat-
it. That's
okay.
it right there. Just staying prepared is the main thing, and to make it a whole lot easier to forgive because you know it's coming. That you know by having forgiveness, man, it's something that you give, but in order way to get something, you have to first give it. So you have to, forgive to receive it because there's a lot of times, man, people be like, Bone, my bad. I be like, man, you good. They be like, Bone, man, you know why you so forgiving? Because I'm putting mine on layaway for you because I'm going to make you mad one day. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting mine on layaway right now. So I'm going to make you mad one day and I don't need you to forget about me releasing you and forgiving you. So a lot of times you think about it, it's not for them, it's for us. And just stay prepared, man, because the attack is coming. You got to put folks on the maintenance plan now, man.
Yo. And in the chat, we had some individuals in the chat. Ashley Collins at the top says, hi, yellow. Laugh out loud. She said, put that on the shirt. That's for you, Ed. Latasha Bennett, Lakeisha, I'm sorry. Lakeisha Bennett says, pray, plan, and prepare. Hey, listen, these things are small. I said I had to open it big, man. I see how big my eyes are. And then Sharonda says, absolutely, I forgive you, but there will be no longer access to my life. And she says, absolutely. And then Latanya says, you need to set boundaries at the beginning.
Right.
So I agree with all of that. Outside of the high yellow part for Ed,
Probably gonna make this shirt.
that's specifically for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can set boundaries, and I understand that too. But sometimes this is what I say: anything that can happen will happen.
No question.
So what I say is, expect the worst and hope for the best.
Absolutely. And I'll say this right here. When I put my show together, I think when you put your show together, I think I hit your bike and said what time it's going to be, right?
Yep.
The most important thing on a flyer is the date, the time, and the address. Those are the three most important things. If you have any event, those are three most important things on a flyer. But watch this. Everything bad that's going to happen to us, there's no date that God going to give us.
Right.
There's no time and there's no place. But there is a flyer. There's a flyer that got our face on it that say death.
Right.
There's a flyer that has our face on it that say betrayal. There's a flyer that has our face on it that say all these things, but the three most important things is not on there. The date, the time, and the address.
Okay.
But for a flyer, those are the most three important things needed. So if we know that we got flyers for all them things, we gotta stay prepared for it every single day.
Yeah.
That's it. Just stay prepared for all of it every single day, because you don't know when it's gonna come.
Yeah, that's what the Bible tells us. No
It's-
one knows the day or the hour.
No.
Everybody know what day they were born.
Yeah.
Can nobody predict what day they gonna leave this earth?
Nope. I ain't lying to you about that. And you don't know what day them kids gonna go crazy. Cause I don't know what they got out there now, boy. I'm tell you, what them kids off the chain now. Boy, it's something different now. So, you don't know what day that's gonna happen. You don't know what day they gonna go off on you. You don't know what day you're gonna lose your job. You don't know nothing nowadays. You don't know, but just stay prepared for it all. And always realize now it makes sense why the old school grandmama stayed in that same old house, had that same old station wagon. But it showed you something. The reason why the old school folks had the same things, because they had to put money to the side to prepare for the worst.
And here's
And
what-
that's why when the worst happened to us, we go mad and go post on everybody. You know why? Because we ain't prepared for it to happen.
So, well, I just want to say this in closing. What time did we end up starting? We ended up starting right at 2:00, right? Maybe a little before 2:00. I don't recall. But when it comes to forgiveness, here's what I learned through therapy, right? And of course, the show is called Therapy that's coming up. So a lot of the conversations that we're going to be having up until then is going to be revolved around and just building up each other through therapy, right? What I've learned is that it's true. Forgiveness is for me.
That's right.
It's not for them.
That's right. That's right.
But also, I don't have to give you access
That's right.
to me.
That's right.
And then my therapist was explaining, it was like, listen, you are commanded by God to love them. You okay? Right. So you are supposed to love them. So at the end of the day, I don't want to see anything bad happen to you. I don't want to see anything come against you that's going to be hurtful or harmful or whatever. But the decisions that you made is the decisions that you all make. This goes for anybody that's in my life.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Go right
at
now.
the end of the day, though, just like Jesus was on the cross and he told Peter that you was going to denounce me 3 times.
That's right.
He still gave Peter a certain amount of access to him because he already knew. Now that I know, I'm not as strong as Jesus, and I will never ever put myself in that seat. Unfortunately, given the circumstances, it depends on what boundary that you crossed with me.
That's it.
But if I'm able to forgive you in that manner, you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
And if you cross one of my biggest boundaries, I love you, but just like
it.
Bones said, you will never be on another show.
That's it.
Right.
If you
That's
cross
it.
me, you won't. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It just
yeah.
it's just that. It's just that simple, and that makes it very easy
That's
for
right.
me to be like, oh dang,
That's
yeah.
it. That's
Now I
it.
really had to take some accountability in myself as to, okay, well, the loose clothing aspect I'm going to have to get used to, because I'm gonna be real honest with you. I had to learn this myself. If I like you, I'm gonna love you hard. That's exactly what it is. I wear my heart on my sleeves.
Right.
If you know that I like you, and that's the case. I'm gonna
That's
do
right.
everything
That's right.
that I can. And then it tells I had to have like, listen, I only know how to be a husband.
Yeah.
I don't know how to be a boyfriend. I don't. You know what I mean? So I have to, what you call it, pace myself.
Yeah, you got to pace
and
yourself.
take my
And if I
time.
could add something to it, too, this old school, well, not old school show, but a show came on the OWN network. It was called Greenleaf. And Greenleaf taught me something that showed me something about life. What happened with Greenleaf was that they allowed too many people inside to see. Everybody shouldn't be allowed to see your backstage. Everybody shouldn't be allowed to see the messed up stuff about Leroy. Everybody shouldn't have a backstage pass to your life like that to see the stuff they don't like. You see what I'm saying? And I think sometimes we have to understand that too. You shouldn't give everybody free access to your life to see you with no makeup on. Everybody shouldn't be able to see you got bumps all in your face. Everybody can't see you with that. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't know how to respond to that. And even in that series there, people had seen too much. They seen too much how the first family Ike and all this stuff here. Sometimes you got to stop people right at the front door and then never let them come inside because you're not mature enough to see what goes on inside here because you wouldn't know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. I try to keep myself clean, whatever. I got my brother-in-law. I got people that's close to me, doc. True story. I got hustlers. You know why? Because I got certain people that I let go backstage with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know if I bring everybody backstage with me tomorrow, they ain't gonna like me. And so you just got to be very careful with who you allow to have access. Because as they say, everybody in your circle is definitely not in your corner. You know what I'm saying? So everybody that you think with you, they are not with you, man. And so you know, we just got to be careful with having that door constantly open like Walmart. Constantly open like Walmart. Guess what? Those doors at Walmart don't care who you are. They don't care. You can be cussing. Matter of fact, you can have a pistol in your hand and come to that door at Walmart and watch what it do.
Open
It's
right
gonna
up.
open right on up, ain't it? I mean, you can have a grenade in your hand like this right here, and what it's gonna do? It's gonna open. You know why? Because your presence. So all we have to do, man, is guard ourselves and not give people free access to our lives.
Yo.
And forgiving us, and like you said, the two most important things is we gotta forgive and we gotta love. But it's okay to love people from a distance. That's just the bottom line. That don't mean you love them any less. It's just you know that boundary, they can't go past that boundary because, hey, look, I know I can't invite you to this because you're going to take me somewhere I'm not really going to be prepared to go. Or you're going to get more than what you bargained for. So you have to love people from a distance. And sometimes that can be your family.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Take that, bro.
Yo.
And just, we forgive. They say forgive and don't forget.
Yeah.
You know, I forgive you, but I can't forget
Oh no.
what you did.
Oh.
I still forgive you. I just know how far to trust you. If I gotta feed you with a long-handled spoon, then it is what it is.
So when you mention, and I'm going to close out on this, when you mention forgiveness, I think it's twofold now. Now that you said that it's, because if you say God is going to test me and test my forgiveness, that means I have to have a certain type of reaction to said forgiveness that I've been provided or have been providing. So if I forgive you, right, like Pastor, if I forgive you, next thing you know, I give you some access back into my life again, but I start having those feelings of resentment or all of those, then I can honestly say, yeah, I
That
really
you
never
forgave
gave.
me, right.
Yeah. So then that means I still have some things that I need to work on.
And
Okay.
sometimes we don't even realize it.
Right. And then could you realize it if you do the I forgive you and then I don't have anything else to do with
If
you
you don't
kind
have
of
no, if you say you forgive someone and they come into your life, their slate should be clean. It should be clean. Now again, like Funny Bone is saying, that doesn't mean just because I forgive you don't mean that I gotta be around you. I know how far to go now. Like you said, you've showed me your true color. So I'm gonna believe what you showed me. I forgive you for what you've done, but I just know how far to extend my welcome to you.
And then if you forgive me, guess what? I'm gonna be grateful for you forgiving me, but now I have something to tell you. If we gonna be cool, I'm not gonna be your hostage neither.
right.
Because see, sometimes people, forgive you and they have their own way of how they gonna do it. I forgive you, but guess what? You're gonna be my
Yeah,
hostage
yeah.
from now on. You know what I'm saying? There's no. If you forgive me, we good. If not, then I'ma just stay gone. Because sometimes people do forgive you to make them to make you their hostage. You know what I'm
Feel
saying?
bad.
Exactly. They keep reminding you, yeah, there you go. Remember like last
Yeah,
I ain't got time.
last
Yeah,
time.
get on out of here,
No.
So at the same time, that take work too, but I know we almost gone up out of here, huh? Boy, we've been getting
Yeah.
it. And that's
So
right.
first and foremost, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I appreciate everybody that was in the chat, that was chatting. Please do us a favor. If you like the podcast, please share it so that if there are any men that are in your life that need some assistance or just need somebody to talk to or get some things off of their chest, we do got a men's group that we are building here. So I would love to be able to talk to all of y'all. Y'all can send me a message on Messenger or whatnot. That's one. Two, there's some things coming down the pipeline. Before I do, I want to go ahead and go around the room and see if y'all got anything y'all want to plug. We'll start with you. You got anything?
I was just going to remind you to please talk about the event that you got going on for men only.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, please talk about that because I saw the flyer on Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, I planned on talking about it.
Yeah.
And what about you, Ant?
Oh yeah, I'm just doing things. I'll be in Yulee at night, 4 o'clock at the Youth Explosion today at 4, and then I'm in Orlando for the Hall of Fame. I'm hosting the Hall of Fame at the Popka School, or Popka City Hall of Fame, and just doing what I do.
Absolutely. Yo, man, just still, doing my thing, man. Enjoying life. Man, we had a great podcast today, though. I'm going to talk about that real quick, man. It was real good, man. Real good. Just want to tell everybody who was watching, man, to just get prepared for the whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because it's definitely coming. We just ain't got a date, a time, or a place, but it's definitely coming. Everything from death to betrayal, it's all coming. You know what I'm saying? So just get a generator and just stay prepared for it. So when it happens, you know how to keep the lights turned on.
That's right.
Also,
That's
I'm
right.
not sure who said that, but whoever said pray,
Yeah.
plan, and prepare,
Yeah.
that is exactly what we all need to be
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
We need to be prepared because we don't know when Jesus Christ is coming back.
That's right.
If you're prepared, you already know where you're going.
Stay. Yeah.
If you're not prepared, you know where you're going.
Facts.
Yeah, that was Lakeisha who
Yeah,
stated that.
thank you, Keisha.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Lakeisha.
Lastly, all right, everybody didn't give words of wisdom. All I can pretty much tell y'all is to listen, always try to be better than you were yesterday. That's it. Try to stay positive. If God has given you breath today, you got another chance today to work on whatever it is that you got going on. Just be better than you were yesterday. The things that I got going on, of course, on June 18th, is going to be the therapy comedy special that's going to be at the Comedy Zone. If you don't have tickets, please go ahead and purchase your tickets at the Comedy Zone or go to my Facebook page and get the tickets through that link because it'll take you straight to the Comedy Zone's website. A lot of y'all are going to the Ticketmaster website or all of these second-party websites, and they charging you $80 to come see me, and they double, almost tripling your fees and stuff. Don't do that. Just go to the Comedy Zone Jacks or go to my page where I have the link at there, and they'll take you directly to the Comedy Zone's website where you can purchase the tickets. I appreciate it. I would love for you all to come out. Show your support. If you got men that are going to be wanting to come see the show, have them come out too, because it's going to be kind of focused around what men go through. And then 2 days later, my DJ, Tanya Cummings, that's DJ Miss Tan, we're going to be at the Mace Elk Lodge for It's Okay Dad. It's a dad's only experience. So ladies, if you have dads in your life, you got uncles or anybody like that, please make sure that they go ahead and get their tickets for that. It's going to be an outstanding event. I want to thank DJ Miss Tan for putting it together. It's part of It's Okay to Live and the Jacoby Heart Incorporated group that put it together. That's part of her thing. So I've been grateful that she allowed me to go ahead and host her event for her. So we're gonna have a good time. We're probably gonna laugh. We're gonna cry. I'm gonna be so transparent. That's one thing that I'm probably gonna have to dial down on, because I can't let everybody see me without my makeup on. You know what I mean? So I want to thank all of you all for tuning into the Anger Management Podcast, AMP, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. And I'm definitely going to make sure that my guys know and I'm going to communicate that because because I be having my issues with my communication.
there
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just want to thank y'all for coming through, man. For all y'all that don't know, Funny Bone had his show, the Clean Getaway, man, and had a outstanding sellout show there. My man Funny Bone got some things that's coming down the pipeline. I just been speaking nothing but positivity over his life. So eventually we're gonna have to do 2 shows in this building, or we're gonna have to upload the building. You know what I mean? So we're about to see how this thing blow off the roof. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, y'all, I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Y'all have yourself a good Sunday.
Yes, sir.
God bless.
Yeah. All good, fellas.
All good.
Hey,
Thank you.
normally I don't speak
Oh,
on the
my
show,
bad,
but I
my
wanted
bad.
to add one thing.
Bro, I sure could see you, bro.
Make sure if you have the ability to get a pre-planned burial plan for your parents as they age.
Check.
All right, baby.
All right.
You all good?
Yeah, man. Had to take the shoes off. Showing them the insert that they got me. They gave me from VA.
Hope I got you out of here pretty quick, man.
The ones he got. So when I go, I'm gonna tell him to give me some salt. I wanted to take. Hey, I don't take my shoes off at everybody's house, so I ain't bringing it.
Okay. You too. Thanks for the knowledge, bro. I quietly listen. I don't say much.
Come on, man.
It's like a sponge over here.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man, I told him just go and put the notes in his phone, man.
I appreciate it, man. Absolutely.
Put them in your phone, man.
Absolutely.
Type them in your phone while you talking. Or record it.
That one ain't gonna go nowhere.
Record it.
Campaign.
Record him. Say, hey, look, I recorded this. I recorded what he said because I got it on video.
You cheat. You got access.
Huh?
You got familiar
I got access. I do.